put a little bit more red or a little bit more blue. So your purple might not look just exactly the same, and that's all right. Just make sure you have a strong purple to be the first purple that you get, because we're gonna start mixing the purple with some other colors to get a different shade of purple. So for this first one, just make sure you have that nice, strong plum purple shade. I might add in a little bit more red. Just a tip. And then once I feel like that's ready, I'm gonna go get a nice little swab so then I can paint my purple onto my color wheel. And again, since we mixed our colors on number 11, you're gonna go ahead and color in number 11 on our color wheel. Very nice. And slowly, it's very satisfying covering in those white missing spots on this triangle with these beautiful vibrant colors that we're gonna get to use to color in our tropical fish, right? Again, if you're still mixing or if you're still filling in that triangle, pause the video and then come back when you're ready to continue, okay? So there, I gave myself pretty good little, I'm gonna actually go a little bit further in at the center because I wanna make sure that I'm connecting my colors together. No little white spots left after we're done with this. And so if you're still mixing or if you're still coloring in your triangle, go ahead and pause the video and then come back when you're done with that. If you're done and you're ready to continue, go ahead and wash your brush and then wipe it down so we can start off with what we're going to be doing is our tertiary colors. Tertiary means that they are the third colors that you get from mixing a primary color and a secondary color. So since we started off with red and yellow and we created orange, what we're going to do is start off with the first tertiary color, which is going to be from mixing the red and the orange. And that's going to be on the number 2. So go ahead and make sure your brush is clean, you've wiped it, and you have plenty of red and plenty of orange, okay? You don't want to go ahead and make new orange because it's going to be a little bit different than what you had made, and it'll give you a different shade. It might end up being too dark or too light, and we want to make sure it's a nice even balance between these two. So go ahead and I would say grab more of your orange. Wipe it onto number 2, grab a little bit of red, and here we're gonna make our tertiary color. Again, tertiary color comes from mixing that primary color with your secondary color. In this case, it was red and orange. So again, if we're adding more of the primary color, you're gonna get a little bit closer to that primary color. It's not gonna be quite that primary color, it's just gonna be a lighter shade, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe some of that onto, since we mixed it on number 2, we're coloring in number 2. And you see, it's not quite our primary color, but not quite our secondary color. It's just a lighter shade of red, darker shade of orange. Okay. And you can go ahead and add a little bit more of your orange in there so you have more color to work with. Okay. And then this is where you can start connecting your colors. You don't want to leave any little white line on there. I'm going to scrape the last bits of that beautiful red-orange. Okay. And now you will see that you have these 3 connected colors of the red, your tertiary color of red-orange, and then your secondary color of orange. And then if you're still filling that in or you're still mixing that, again, pause the video and come back when you are ready to move forward. If you're ready to move forward, go ahead and just wash your brush, wipe it off so we're not working with too much water. We don't want it to get soggy on our paper. So now that we've created that tertiary color, we're gonna create our second tertiary color by mixing in, and like I said before, it's okay if you had a little bit of yellow on the 6 because we're gonna use yellow on number 6 here. And actually, I missed a step here. We're gonna mix our secondary color of orange and yellow to get that lighter shade of orange. So go ahead and you can actually mix it just right here since they're starting to bleed over together. And you see you get that nice little lighter shade of orange with that yellow. You can bring that yellow over here. This is a nice little pumpkin yellow as we're in autumn. If you guys have seen any of those beautiful pumpkins growing in our garden, that Loma Vista garden Mr. Carter had shown us. Since we mixed the orange, our secondary color, and our yellow, our primary color, on number 4, our color wheel on number 4, we're gonna go fill it in with that lighter shade of orange. Okay, a beautiful lighter shade. Okay. I'm gonna connect it all the way to the very center. Oops, and I went a little bit over, but that's all right. So now our color wheel is getting a little bit more full with these beautiful shades of primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. Fill that in a little bit more. All right. All right, and if you're ready to move forward, you can continue along with me. Give yourself a little pause break if you'd like to pause and come back quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my brush. Make sure I get rid of that tertiary orange on here, because now we can go back to creating that lighter shade of green by mixing our primary color that was on number 5, the yellow, and our secondary color that was on number 7. We're gonna mix those two puppies together to get a lime green here. We're gonna get a lime green. Mix a little bit more of that over here. And so now, let's start mixing those. All right, I think that's a nice little shade that we're getting here. Continue mixing. If you'd like it a little bit lighter, you add in a little bit more yellow. I'm thinking about a lime. A nice little lime here. That's pretty nice for me. So that was on number 6. So go ahead and look for number 6 on your color wheel. Here I have it between the green and the yellow. Number 6 needs to be filled in with our lime green here. So go ahead and start filling that in. If you're still mixing, no worries, just go ahead and pause it and then come back, press play when you're ready to fill it in. Very nice, look at that. Nice lime green. Beautiful. All right. Make sure it's nice and covered up. If you have extra, you can go ahead. Don't put too much because you also don't want to get a little soggy paper that'll start ripping through. So just get enough where it's all nice and covered. All right. So here I have now my lime green in between my green and primary yellow. So we're gonna go ahead and pause if you're still filling that up or mixing, or continue with me by washing your brush. Wiping that down. All right, so now we have to continue with our third tertiary color, which will be mixing our green here and our blue. And that's gonna be mixed into number 8. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab whatever green I have left and mix that here with a little bit of blue to get that nice dark green here. Now this is the beautiful green that I love here. Go ahead and mix in a little bit more blue and a little bit more of that green to give yourself plenty to shade in here. Okay, you can even get a little bit more of that lime green if you ran out of that original green. It's no problem. And you see here, this is kind of like a dark teal. All right, and so on number 8, we mixed those two colors. So on our color wheel, we're gonna go ahead and color in number 8. Give yourself time if you're still mixing, finding that right shade of teal. But if you're ready, you can go ahead and shade that in. And remember guys, these are the colors that we will be able to use as we are coloring in our tropical fish and the sea life. So as you need it, you can pour more colors to keep creating those. Okay, and color that in. And then I have that beautiful, beautiful dark teal working for us. Okay, pause if you need to. If you're still filling that in, continue with me by washing your brush in the cup if you're ready to move forward. We are now working on our second last tertiary color, which will be from mixing our primary color blue and purple on number 10. I'm gonna go ahead and grab as much as I can for my purple on this right side. Put that in there. I wanna leave some for my last tertiary color. So go ahead and grab a little bit of that purple over here and start mixing in that blue. And you're gonna get that powerful, dark blue. And if you need to, which I might need to right now, so I'm gonna actually show you guys what this is gonna look like. If you ran out of a certain secondary color and you need that, and you need a little bit more, go ahead and create it again by grabbing some of that that red, and bringing that over here, and then a little bit of the blue to make that secondary color purple, because you will be needing a few of the purple for these last two tertiary colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit more red, a little bit more blue to make more purple. And then you can go ahead and add a little bit more purple into your blue, because you wanna make sure that it's not just an overpowered blue here. You wanna make sure you add in a little bit of more of that purple to get a good, nice blend of those two colors. So now I think I'm working with the purple that I want. So what I'm gonna do now is, since we were mixing on number 10 here, we're gonna go ahead and look for our number 10 on our color wheel and add that in here. And since it's right between our blue and our purple, you get that nice magenta. Actually, I would say this is more of the magenta and this is more of the plum purple here. I'm gonna grab in a little bit more of my color, make sure I colored it all in, cover all those white little spots. right?